Have you ever noticed how the line item numbers get out of order in Xactimate? There's a couple of different reasons behind that I'm not going to go into in this video, but what I am going to do is show you how to resequence your line numbers. Now, if you've known about resequencing your line numbers in the past, you used to have to do it in kind of a roundabout manner. If you didn't check a box or hit the right button, it wouldn't happen. There is a way to set it up so it automatically does it, but a lot of people don't know where that setting is. And now in the newer versions of Xactimate, there's a way to do it actually in the estimate items. So I have a couple things to show you about resequencing your line numbers. Let's go take a look in Xactimate. So to demonstrate this, I am in estimate items right now, and you can see that I'm on the first folder in the grouping tree, and it's starting with line item number 83. Now, the reason behind that is I had added a macro to another folder. I'd switched some things around. I had just added other items to this estimate. So starting at 83, I actually removed those folders because I didn't need them. So now I have my line items starting at 83. So if we go over to the documents and go to reports, and run a sample report here. Let's say a final draft report. And let's go ahead and just look at our line item detail, preview that, and you will see here that the very beginning of the report starts with a number 83. Some people like to take the original estimate they wrote, and then when they supplement or add additional items that weren't on the original, they like to insert just like this and then put in the new line item. And they like to retain the line item, sequence at that point, but there really isn't any other reason that you would want to, mess with the line items where you wouldn't want it just to go from 1 all the way to, however many line items you have on your list. To remedy this or to resequence them, you used to have to go over to reports and go to this little hyperlink right here, resequence line numbers. Left click on that, and now the resequence has been completed. We can preview, and you can see I start with the number 1 on my estimate. That looks great. But I would always forget to come over here and click this before I exported a PDF, and then I look silly because, my reports are starting at line item 98 or what have you. So there is a way to automate this. You can go into your dashboard or the main part of Xactimate. Now I'm using the desktop version. This may not be available on the online version as they don't have this preferences section. But on the desktop version, I can go into preferences, I can go into the project sub area here. And if I scroll all the way down, you can see it says resequence line numbers, and I can click prompt on complete or prompt on print. I actually prefer prompt on print, meaning that when I go to print a PDF, it'll say, would you like to resequence your line numbers? And I can say, yes, please. So that it helps me not create a PDF with imperfect line item number sequence. However, when you go back to your estimate, there is now a new place that they have added the resequence line numbers. We don't have to take the time to go over to documents, go to reports, click the button like we used to. We can actually do it right in estimate items now. So all we have to do is right click on the line item number there and go to resequence line numbers now is on this menu. This did not used to be here. So I can resequence the line numbers, and then there we go. The number 1 shows up. Now, something I just discovered is if I want to move something around, maybe I don't like my telehandler being down here. I want to move it to the top of the list. If I do that, let's say our taxes, I want to be at the bottom of the list. I can just left click, hold, and scroll down. I'm just holding my mouse cursor, allows me to do that. Say I want to move it to the bottom-ish of the list. If I then right click, it says undo. So be careful, because if I click that, it moves those items back to where they were before I moved them. So be careful about that when you resequence, and make sure you have your line items where you want them to be, because if you change your mind and move something around and then go and right click, and it will undo it. So just play around with it, get used to that. I really like that they've added it to the estimate item section, so I don't have to take the time to go over to documents, reports, remember to click the button. That's really a pain. If you're on the online version, you may not be able to set up for it to automatically remind you to resequence upon print. So there's a couple of reasons why I'm so glad they added it over here in estimate items, but if you don't know about it, it's not going to do you any good. So that's why I wanted to make this video and show you where they've moved that there. So go play around with it, give it a test drive, and try resequencing there inside estimate items. Hope you found that useful. A couple of different ways that you can now resequence, and I'm very happy to announce that we can do it in the estimate items. It saves a ton of time, and every single click in Xactimate is a second that turns into minutes, that turns into hours, that turns into days on the beach. So remember, the more you can shorten your time in writing an estimate or using the program overall, that's going to be something that you want to be your ultimate goal. So my name is Alina Wilson with Estimate Mastery. Thanks for joining me for this video. If you like this topic, be sure to like this video so I can make more tips and tricks videos like this one. And if you'd like to know more about the Xactimate training I offer for contractors, go to estimatemastery.com. Hope you have a great week in your business, and I'll see you next week.